Hey everyone, Skull902 here, and today I'm going to be starting my Let's Play of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo. This game is a beat-em-up platformer, unlike the Genesis game where it was like a traditional fighting game. Gotta get that sweet-ass stereo sound. It's a pretty fun, like, waste of an hour. It's a pretty simple game. But it's a fun one. It's not like one of those shitty tie-in games that they just did for money. Like, you can tell that they actually put some effort into this one. It's based more so on the earlier part of the first season, though. Even though he debuted in like the 16th or 17th episode, spoilers, but we're not going to be seeing the Green Ranger at all in this game. No boss fight. He's not an unlockable or anything. So unfortunately, the Genesis version kind of has that on this. It incorporates the Green Ranger, and it's not like these games came out far apart either. It was like in August '94, so they definitely had the Green Ranger by that point. Not to mention that he was just playable and unlockable. And these two games, even though I think I just mentioned it, came out around the same time. So both of them. But whatever. We're going to be playing as the original 5, first of which, as you can see, is Zack the Black Ranger, which I know he is a African-American man, and he is the Black Ranger. There's some differing stories on that. Walter Jones, the man who played Zack, says that he was originally meant to play the Blue Ranger, but they wanted Zack to be Jason's best friend, and the Japanese footage, more so, it would have been difficult to have him be the Blue Ranger, because in the original Japanese show, G-Ranger, the Black Ranger served that role, and they asked him, hey, would you be okay with wearing the black suit? And Walter Jones was like, yeah, sure, because he thought it looked cooler than the blue suit, which it's a thing that I agree with. That costume does look a lot better than the Blue Ranger one. But some of the people behind the show have said that they legit didn't know about this and Tui Trang being the Yellow Ranger. Goodness gracious. Until about the 10th episode, and it was an honest mistake. I think that that's the case for the Yellow Ranger. But I think that Walter Jones' story about being asked if he was comfortable with being the Black Ranger is the reason why that was done. But we can never really know for sure because there are differing tales. But whatever. Zack is a character who's very fun-loving. He's I think he's kind of an optimist. Like, he tries to keep a good mood about things, even when they're bad. He's definitely very groovy, for lack of a better word. He's like the hippest of the original 5. You could say he made up his own martial arts style called hip hop keto, which I would absolutely love for that to be expanded, because it was like it was like karate, but with like breakdance moves incorporated into it, and I would love to see if that could possibly be made into an effective fighting style, because that just sounds like the greatest thing that could ever be done. Speaking of the greatest thing that could ever be done, you can destroy these cars. They're just random background objects pretty much, but boom. It's good stuff. Just completely unnecessary, but I guess this is like my good luck charm. I can't not go through this level and ignore the cars. They have to be blown up. It's a good thing this is a video game, because doing that in real life would be a terrible idea. A terrible idea. But yeah, it's just like one of those things that you always have to do. I should explain, morphing isn't something you can control, it's automatic. And when you morph, I do believe that you get double strength on your hits. You get a refill of your health bar. You get something you see in the corner of the screen there. It says bomb. That is a screen nuke that you can use. And in most levels, you get the chance to have 2 bombs. I just try to wait until the bosses to use them. So, yeah. This here is Bones. Bones was the monster of the 2nd episode, I want to say, of Power Rangers, because they fought Goldar in the 1st episode. Bones, his thing is, he's got a sword and everything, and he plays around with his bones, which is not supposed to be a double entendre, by the way. But he can like break apart his body to avoid getting hit and whatnot. Don't quite know about the fireballs, but we won't really get to see them because here's Zach's screen nuke. He's got the power of the Mastodon. I'm gonna send those fucking rocks all over the place. But yeah, that was level 1. And I will see you all for part 2. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.